The Commerce Clause gives Congress the power to regulate commerce among the states. From laws on personal wheat growing to federal drug prohibitions, the reach of the Commerce Clause is vast. In Pierce County, Washington v. Guillen, we'll explore whether Congress can use this power to prevent discovery of public information. Congress created the Hazard Elimination Program to provide state and local governments funding to improve their dangerous roads. To be eligible for funds, the governments must survey its roads to identify hazardous conditions. The state or local government then must submit evidence of the hazardous condition to the United States when applying for funding. Many states objected to this requirement because they were concerned that evidence of their awareness of the hazardous condition would open them up to increased liability if an accident occurred in the time period before the hazardous condition could be remedied. In response, Congress adopted Section 409, which prevented information regarding hazardous conditions compiled for the program or highway safety construction purposes from being admitted into evidence during actions for accidents that occurred at identified hazardous sites. Congress later amended this section to clarify that the information's exclusion also applied to pretrial discovery. Pierce County determined that an intersection in Pierce County, Washington, was hazardous and requested funding from the program to fix it. This request was denied, and Pierce County renewed its request. 3 months later, Clementina Guillen Alejandre was killed in an automobile accident at the intersection. Pierce County's second application was approved 3 weeks later. Clementina's husband, Ignacio Guillen, sued Pierce County in a Washington Superior Court under the Public Disclosure Act. During discovery, Guillen sought information about accidents that had occurred at the intersection. Pierce County refused to provide this information, citing Section 409. Finding the refusal violated the state's Public Disclosure Act, the trial court granted summary judgment in favor of Guillen. Pierce County appealed to the Washington Court of Appeals. Guillen also filed a separate negligence action seeking the same information. The trial court granted Guillen's motion to compel and ordered production of the documents. Pierce County moved for appellate review of the order in the Washington Court of Appeals, which consolidated the actions. The Court of Appeals affirmed. Pierce County appealed to the Washington Supreme Court. Applying the Dole test, the Washington Supreme Court reasoned that preventing discovery of information collected for purposes other than for program funding served no valid federal interest and exceeded Congress's power. Thus, Section 409's amendment was invalid. However, because some documents might have still been protected under Section 409, the Washington Supreme Court vacated the orders and remanded the actions back to the trial court for a new trial to determine the discoverability of documents. The United States Supreme Court granted cert.